Okay, so first lesson for Biology 101, we go to the syllabus and its characteristics of living things. The first one says list and describe the characteristics of living organisms. So these are basically your Mrs. Gren that you should already know. Movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, and nutrition. There are two R's, reproduction and respiration. I actually like to switch them around. I like to put respiration next to excretion, and you'll find out in a second why. So, what you need to know is that all living things do all of Mrs. Gren at one point or another in their life cycle. Not every organism moves all the time, but it will eventually move, etc., etc. So movement is an action by an organism or part of an organism causing a change of position or place. Now you'll notice that all of the definitions to Mrs. Gren are actually in your syllabus. So you could make life very easy and just learn them word for word from the syllabus. Actually, that's what I suggest you do. Reproduction is a process that makes more of the same kind of organism. So there are two types of reproduction, sexual and asexual. Sexual reproduction is when two different organisms come together and they make another one, like a baby, versus asexual, which is when one organism simply splits and becomes two. Sensitivity, the S in Mrs. Gren, is the ability to detect or sense changes in the environment, and we call that a stimuli, and then to make responses. Even plants have sensitivity. If you put light to one side of a plant, the stimuli is the light, the plant's response is to grow towards the light. Growth is a permanent increase in size and dry mass by an increase in cell number, cell size, or both. So there's two ways to grow. The cell can get bigger, or the cell can make more of itself. Both of those are considered growth. Now, respiration is the tricky one, and a lot of people, even up to S4, misunderstand what respiration actually is. So we have our definition there. Am I still recording? I am still recording. Whoops. Okay, so we have our definition there. And what you need to know is that respiration is a chemical reaction that breaks down nutrient molecules to release energy. So all respiration actually is taking something and getting energy out of it. The basic respiration equation that you learned in middle school is glucose plus oxygen goes to carbon dioxide and water, and of course it releases energy. A good way to remember it is to think of it like an egg, where the nutrient is the egg. Inside of the egg is what we call the energy, which would be the yolk, and respiration is the hands breaking open the egg. So respiration is releasing energy from a nutrient. The other one was the nutcracker. The nut on the inside is the energy, and the whole nut is the nutrient, and respiration is the nutcracker. Respiration is the process that breaks open that nutrient to get energy. Now, once the energy is out, you're going to have waste. And the waste in this case is the shell, or the shell of the egg. And that's what excretion is. Excretion is getting rid of the waste, the stuff that you don't need. So when you have regular respiration, it's glucose plus oxygen, goes to energy. You need the energy. What you don't need is the water and the carbon dioxide. So you have to get rid of that. And you get rid of that through excretion. Excretion, how do you get rid of water? Everyone says sweat. Other people say urination or pee. The actual answer is breathing out. That's how you get rid of most of the water during the day. Try it, breathe out onto your glasses or a piece of glass and you'll see water droplets. Now imagine doing that 500 million times a day. That's how you lose a lot of your water. Excretion is not pooping. That is egestion. And that is getting rid of the stuff in digestion that did not get digested. If you eat a penny, you ingest a penny because you could not digest it. That's it. It's not excretion. You do not breathe out pennies. The last one for Mrs. Gren is nutrition, and it's taking in of nutrients, which are organic substances and mineral ions containing blah. Yeah, you can read that. So nutrition is basically eating, but not all organisms eat, so they just call it nutrition. So that's section 1 point section. That's 1.1 in your syllabus. You need to be able to list and describe the characteristics of living organisms, and you need to be able to define them. And that, for biology, actually all of them, the first section is rather easy. A fun assignment to do is just to turn these into flashcards. It makes life a million times easier. So that's bio section 1.1.